Hey everybody, welcome back, and let's keep talking about the Wells Fargo autograph dirty, because I've noticed in watching reviews, well, not reviews, but noticed in watching reactions to it, the launch, there's some very negative reactions to it, not too many positives, which definitely makes sense for a mediocre card, but let's call a spade. A lot of the $95 cards are mediocre. Everyone talks about how the Chase Sapphire Preferred needs a refresh, right? And the big thing over the last couple of months has been creators who extolled the virtues of the Sapphire Preferred moving to the Sapphire Reserve. You had folks who talked a whole lot about the City Premier, and I know that there are creators who love the City Premier, and I'm not saying that the City Premier isn't a solid card, but each card at the $95 level could be better. Just across the board, if you look at the big four banks that aren't Wells Fargo, American Express doesn't have a $95 annual fee travel card. The best one for basic travel would be the Amex Green at $150. It offers a wide travel and transit category, which is great, 3 times on dining, and comes with a clear credit. Those are its greatest strengths. Some weaknesses, 1 times points everywhere else. There's no kicker like on the Everyday Preferred. There's a Lounge Buddy credit, but Lounge Buddy, if you're not actively using it, it's not really useful to you. It doesn't come with TSA Pre, it doesn't come with anything else besides its really strong travel and transit categories, which are great, but its travel and transit categories are largely met by the no annual fee autograph card. Looking at Capital One is the only $95 card of the major banks that offers TSA PreCheck global entry. There are other $95 cards that do it. I know for certain the US Bank Altitude Connect does. It's losing its annual fee and keeping the ability to get global entry. I don't know what US Bank's plan there is. It's weird that that's the case with that card going forward in September, but it's another $95 card for now that gives you TSA PreCheck global entry. The Choice Select card also gives you TSA PreCheck. The United Explorer card gives you TSA PreCheck. That's at $95. I am blanking on another one. I want to say the Delta Gold does, but if it doesn't, the Delta Platinum does, but the Delta Platinum is now $350. The Delta Gold is going up to $150. The Hilton Surpass card did as a $95 card. When it moved to $150, they got rid of TSA PreCheck, which kind of sucked, but was what it was, right? But the City Premier doesn't offer TSA Pre. The Sapphire Preferred doesn't offer TSA Pre. It would have been nice for the Autograph Journey to step in with TSA Pre, but it is what it is, right? But the Venture is the only one from the big four transfer currencies that offers it. Just keep that in consideration. If you consider Marriott another big transfer currency because you can move Marriott points out of Marriott at not great rates to airlines, its $95 cards also don't offer TSA PreCheck. The only ones I know of for certain are the Ritz-Carlton card and the Bonvoy Brilliant. But maybe the Bevy does, maybe the Bountiful does. I could be wrong, right? Heck, I don't even think the American Airlines $95 or $99 card does. But anyway, regardless, TSA PreCheck, something that has become ubiquitous with travel, is absolutely ubiquitous with travel, isn't offered in the $95 scale at the big four, with the exception of Capital One. Then there's things like primary CDW, collision damage waiver. Only the Sapphire Preferred does it. It is the Sapphire Preferred's calling card at this point. That and the Sapphire Preferred's travel protections. City doesn't offer it. Capital One doesn't offer it. American Express doesn't offer it on any card that they offer at any price point. These things aren't necessarily things that have been held against the Autograph Journey, and yes, the Autograph Journey absolutely could have answered one of these bells, but I do think the card presents itself a little bit better than has been reported. Is it mediocre? Yes, but let's step back and remind ourselves that all the $95 cards are mediocre. There's no superpowered $95 annual fee travel card, because then why would you go above $95, right? So there's things that Wells Fargo will have to answer for this. The sins of this card will have to be answered by the Autograph Beyond. And the Autograph Beyond just became whatever expectations there were for the Autograph Journey, and those not being met for folks, the Autograph Beyond becomes that much more needing to impress, right? I don't know if Autograph Journey is going to be up for the task now, given what we got with Autograph Beyond is going to be up for the task, given what we got with Autograph Journey. But still, the card offers a relatively healthy welcome offer, healthier than any other welcome offer that Wells Fargo offers right now. They only moved the autograph up to 30,000 points leading up to the launch, or what they hoped would be the launch by the end of the year, I believe, with Autograph Journey, or at least transfer partners, right? So you've got a situation where the card has come out and we don't fully know all of the rest of the benefits. There could be something buried in there, right? Or that airline credit could be so super powered and so easy to exploit. It will be for a few years, but so easy to exploit that it just becomes the de facto for some folks once they realize how truly powerful that airline credit is going to be, again, until it gets destroyed. Because everything nice gets taken away from us. I think stepping back and looking at it from the perspective of the $95 scale, there's not much to be impressed with across the board. I think when you compare it to the other cards, considering they're not all that interesting, it's looking better. Do I think this card still presents value? Yes. Why? Because even if you're just pure travel, you'll have a way to spend to a sub, which is always the most profitable way to approach the points and miles game. You get 60,000 points. Oh, I can't use my 60,000 points. Well, for travel hackers, you definitely can use your 60,000 points because KLM can definitely arrange flights with Delta. Avios can go in and arrange flights with American Airlines, and Avianca can help you get flights with United, right? It would have been helpful to get a lower tier domestic partner as well as a direct transfer, because if you didn't want to play the Avios game, you could just, if JetBlue, for example, was a partner, oh, well, worst comes to worst, I can move my 60,000 points to JetBlue. They have dynamic pricing, that sucks, but 60,000 points, that's more than enough to help me offset whatever flight I'm looking to book with JetBlue, or flights. 60,000 points, if with a 1 to 2 choice transfer, 120,000 points, you can stay at a Cambria for a week, at least. You won't have status, but you can make some things happen with 120,000 choice points that aren't going to be the same as a week at the Ritz, but a week at the Ritz on Marriott points, 60,000 points aren't going to get you anywhere at the Ritz for very long, beyond a night. I have to double check Ritz bookings, don't I? But that's to say, they came out of the gate a little bit disappointing. And I'm going to follow up with a video explaining what I would have preferred to have seen or how they should have approached this, because they did wrong. And that's absolutely on Wells, right? But I do think this card can present value, especially for things like airline spend, right? If you have a card that's not an airline card and you don't have a American Express Platinum, 4 times points on airlines, way better than most other cards. Wait, I'm sorry, way better than every other card. Its travel and transit's a little boring because it doesn't have transit, but in its travel, I still don't believe the terms and conditions on the travel. I have to relook through those because currently it doesn't have rental cars and it doesn't have some other things that travel should have. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But 3 times dining, ubiquitous across the board. No annual fee cards have 3 times dining. City Custom Cash, it can go up to 5 times dining, but you have to pick that as your category. And there's more lucrative categories for you to use while using 3 times dining on the City Premier or another card. So not worried about that. But 5 times hotels is great. That's 10 times at choice, and if they somehow landed Hyatt, that would effectively be 10% cash back as well because of Hyatt's higher redemption value. But choice comes in at around $0.01 per point, right? I think the biggest problem has been the list of transfer partners is dragging the rest of the card down. Everyone says it's a great earner. Everyone says they can live with the welcome offer. And I think you have to take the transfer partner disappointment away from the card and look at the card for what it is, which is a very strong card. It's just Wells bungled its transfer partner announcement in the worst way possible, and more on that later. But Nick Ray is from Frequent Miler. He put out in the Frequent Miler on the Air this week that he believes that they've got more partnerships lined up and they're going to announce them relatively quickly. And they should, to make up for this, because this is a disaster, to put it loosely. So, taking a step back, who should get the card? I think the card is good for Wells Fargo customers who, for whatever reason, haven't ventured into other banks for travel. They should definitely line up and get this card. I think if you're out of welcome offers with Citi or American Express and you're out of business card offers from both of those banks, you should consider this card. And if you're someone who doesn't want to delve into the business side of things because of whatever reason, this is also another really good welcome offer to chase after and see if you want to make a bet on Wells Fargo going forward. Either way, an easy to exploit airline credit from what I'm seeing right now. What's the harm in a $45 annual fee card? And if they move this card's annual fee in the next 2 years, they'll probably add some of the features that you would expect at a base level travel card now. Now, would that suck as a rug pull to hike the annual fee in 2 years? Maybe, but let's see what the trade-offs are. We could see annual fee raises for some of the $95 cards as is. You already saw the Hilton Honor Surpass move from $95 to $150, and it got better. You could see a redesign of the Sapphire Preferred be given that permission to move up to $150. And who knows, with whatever Citi might be doing, you could see them launch a higher end card, and you could see them take the Premier and move it up to $150 and slap back on those travel protections and give it TSA PreCheck at the very least. And now at the $150 becomes the new $95, and everybody gets certain amounts of things. And then I don't know what Capital One does with the Venture card. They should just take it out into a pasture and Old Yeller it. But there's a long way to say, I think the negativity has been overblown. I think the negativity is misplaced because the anger is really at the transfer partners, as it should be. But I still think this card will be relatively good. Am I myself going to apply for it? I'll tell you right now, probably not, but not because of any 524 concerns, not because of any this, that, and the other concerns. It's if I'm getting 99% of the card's value proposition with the autograph card, 60,000 points would be great. I want to see what Beyond looks like before I decide to jump into one of those two cards, and I'll just pick up Signify welcome offers before I jump into one of the higher end cards, unless Beyond just absolutely blows me away. And I want to see if that travel category is as bad as it looks on the autograph journey. Otherwise, I have a dynamic duo with the active cash and the autograph, and I'm good. I can still transfer out and feed programs I'm interested in, programs that I'm using that are overlapping with Chase, and programs that I can still get value out of. I need those partners to come out a lot quicker. But there's a long way to say, I think we have to reassess things because at the $95 level, there's no card that truly beats all the other cards. Everyone beats on one card or another. Citi Premier is said to be the best of the bunch. Yes, people will argue, but if you're not, when's the last time you needed to use travel protections? Sure, but you'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them, right? Nobody talks about nobody talks about the Capital One Venture card because, again, put that card out of its misery. And you've seen in recent months a big push to move away from the Sapphire Preferred and strongly consider going up the ladder to get more value out of the card because of that card stopped giving everyone value. And that card is allergic to grocery. So there's room for improvement across the board. I think it was just easy to beat up on this card because the transfer partners didn't start off great. No programs, transfer partners in recent years have really started off amazingly. Built has taken a while to get to where it is now. Because when Built first launched, there was no United. I don't remember when Hawaiian joined. Hawaiian may have been there from the beginning. I think American wasn't there at the beginning, and that's what made everyone turn their heads. American and Hyatt were there at the beginning, but they slowly added IHG. They just added Marriott. They're still adding partners. You can add partners over time. It's fine. So I think a lot of the anger is just an initial whiplash that you're upset about Wells Fargo's transfer partners, not the card, because the card at the price point it's playing at is still better than most of the competition. Not because of earnings and not because it doesn't have grocery, but across the board, I still think this card is more interesting. Still mediocre, but more interesting than the other mediocre cards. But that's just what I think for now. If you disagree, flame me in the comments. Let me know how wrong I am. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button as we continue to push toward 500 and beyond. Thank you so much for everyone who has subscribed, who does watch. It means the world as we've built this up since June of last year. We just recently had more than 50,000 views. We're past 450 subscribers. I'm amazed at where this is for now on me recording in here with this setup. And if the audio is bad today, I apologize. I misplaced my microphone and I'm recording off of either the iPhone microphone or the AirPods Pro that I'm wearing right now. But anyway, if you like what I do, hit subscribe, follow along, hit the like button. Talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.